Yo.
Yo, hello.
Hello, bro.
What's cooking?
All good.
All good.
Your
Okay.
name is Anton, right?
What do you mean?
Your name is Anton.
Call me Tony. It's way better.
Tony. Okay, my name is Andrei, bro.
Okay, okay.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yep.
So, yeah, send me the VOD you recorded. Send me your OBG so I can, take a look.
Yeah. This is the what?
Good.
And
Share
this
my
is
screen as well.
the link is working. All right.
Yeah, the video is fun. Give me the OBG as well.
Yeah. In process. 1 sec.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay. I love how the video is titled I Trolled.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You need mistakes to see to turn them into good habits. It's good.
It's like this game. Actually, it was my first attempt to record the video, and this game is actually pretty good, I guess, because I had capacity to carry this game, but I always like in mid and late game I always like lose my focus, you know,
Okay, okay.
and I just starting trolling and because of one mistake, if I do one mistake, it's end, you know.
Yeah,
It's
you
GG.
get depressed and you just can't focus anymore, right?
No, I'm not getting depressed. I have a good mentality, but
Oh, hey.
I'm getting like less focus because like it's pressure, and
Oh, okay.
I lose my focus, you know.
Okay, okay, okay. That's what you mean. Good, good, good.
Yeah.
So, when did you start?
Like kind
Last
of like
season?
ADHD thing, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you start
What
last
did you say?
season only? You started last season? That's what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
my
Oh, it's
EU
another
West
account.
account, and
Okay.
my main account is. Let me send it.
'Cause I'm curious, like, to see your story when you start, like, what your goals are, you know?
Yeah. Wait a sec. This is my main. Like I started like in season 5.
Okay.
I'm a gold hard stack.
That's fine, don't worry. That's why you got coaching after all, to unstuck. And it's honestly
Yes.
like one of the best things you could do, honestly. Like admitting that you need help is something that most humans cannot do.
Yes, I know.
And
Yeah, I got so frustrated because like I'm sitting in plat 1 like for 1 week. It's just insanely hard for me to climb throughout the platina, and I really want to hit the emerald rank before the season ends.
okay, that's yeah, should be
So
doable.
this is my small goal, you know.
Yeah, it's a good goal, honestly. Like considering your gold, right? Now the ranks got changed, they added Emerald, which makes like if your goal
Emerald is
before,
kind of like platina, old platina.
yeah, it's like high platinum kind of in a way, a low diamond.
But I
combined.
see platinum. This platina this season, it's I don't know. It's worse than gold, bro. it's worse than gold. Trust me. Check my second game. Like I lose. Check my teammates.
Here. Okay. Oh.
Check this team. Check
Just a
my support.
490 deaths. So that happens.
40 minutes, one item.
Goddamn. Okay. Not your fault.
But I
Happens.
trolled. I was actually able to
To carry,
to
but
win
you
this
lost.
game.
Yeah, there was too
But
much pressure on you, right?
it
It's
was
your
too
goal
much
you want.
pressure, and my main problem is positioning in team fights.
Okay. 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 We can talk about that. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see
like
more in
I
detail.
always lose. I always lose only because of position, because I don't consider like engagers that can flash on me, you know.
Okay. Good. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. So, first of all, do you think about matchups at all? Do you have a plan going into a game?
Of course, I have like a
So
thinking
what's
process.
your, looking at this team, what's your plan for bot lane, right? Tell me
So
your
my
thought
plan,
process.
was I was about to uh, win level 6 because we have Soraka, we have strong level 6,
Okay.
and that's why I picked heal instead of ghost.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
So
Honestly.
my plan was to force my plan was level 5 freeze into level 6 all in.
Yeah, so you basically you just want to play for early game. That's your plan in a way, right? You just want to
Yeah,
win
like
early.
around level 6. Yeah, right.
Yeah, laning phase. Okay. Because yeah, that's true. Like if you take heal compared to ghost, for sure it's stronger early game. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, that was my
But what
thought process.
about like early, not just level 6, level 1, level 2? What's your plan for that?
I always try to abuse cheat recall.
Okay.
Cheat recall into pushing lanes, roaming because I'm Twitch,
Okay.
warding, like setting vision. And in this game, I did a great job into vision because I put a vision on Drake. And because of that, we killed Shyvana.
Okay. Let's see. That's solid plan already.
Yeah.
And as you said, like you sound super confident in the early game, but you said you just can't.
Yeah.
Your
Like
mid late game is weak.
mid late game, yeah, it's like
Okay.
it's too much.
It's good that you know what you need to improve on. It's really good. But it doesn't mean we skip early game. There might still be stuff.
Yes.
So teammates are doing teammates things.
Yeah.
You're sitting here, which I guess is fine. Why not? It's a fine spot. Everybody does something else level 1. What you don't want to do is die, of course. But if you go here instantly, like you did, this is safe because if enemies approach, you can see them from anywhere. I'll just
I
say
can
be
see them both
careful.
from up, and I can see them coming from down.
Yeah, you even ping that spot where you just ping right now for Soraka to kill there, so you have coverage. Perfect. Yeah, you know what they're doing level like before minions arrive. This is good. Okay, let's see when minions arrive. What do you do here? As you said, cheater, so you just wanna go crazy, push like crazy. I think that's what you wanna do here, right?
Maybe I tried and I failed.
Let's see what happens here. By cheater you mean like just 3 waves recall for a kill or something?
Slow
right?
push into push and recall.
Okay, yeah, good. Slow push then crash. It's exactly.
But I don't know how they get like level 2 prior, like they get level 2 faster than us. Much faster. I don't know how.
Let's look at that. Let's see why. I mean, this is when looking loading screen, right? For example, it's actually a great example for getting the level 2 advantage. This is why I feel like loading screen is important as well.
Yeah.
So they have Rakan, a melee champion, and next season they rework support items, and everybody will have minion sharing, right? But at the moment, you have a range support, and they have a melee, so which means they get 2 minions
support
for free,
item.
right?
Yeah.
And if you want to get level 2 in this case, what you need to do is get to wave earlier, right? Push it faster, get more damage on minions before they do. So here, for example, instead of just going around the wave, waiting with the wave, you could just be walking up to hit minions all the way there before they crash, right?
Yeah.
And that way you guarantee like you push faster.
What do you think about punish leashing when you just hitting minions before they come into lane and just go into bush?
To reset the aggro in a way, so your minions kill one of the enemy minions.
It works? Do you use it oftenly? To punish leash?
Most of the time I leash, so I don't use it, right?
I see.
But you can use it for sure, and especially if you play a champion. Like for example, I play Jinx, right? I have Q level 1, I have AoE basic attacks level 1. I usually don't have issues getting level 2 first, right?
Yeah.
But if you play Teach, for example, you need to be more creative, and you could abuse that trick that you just mentioned if they leash, for sure. Or you could do what I just told you and hit the minions sooner, because you don't have AoE, so you need to hit the wave way more than them if you want to get level 2 first.
Yeah, got it.
And let's see what happens here. If like, because even when I play Jinx, right, it doesn't always work out the way I want. Like sometimes I lose level 2, right? And I'm curious to see how you react here, because you can see like already there's this minion that's gonna die from Vayne Basic, and then this one Rakan will take. So here I would say like you should be concerned, right?
Yep.
Don't you think you should be more concerned? Because you're just pinging your Soraka to push. She doesn't want to. She's poking. And
I'm clueless.
yeah, and you keep pinging to go in, right? And because of it, Soraka will think, we're going. What you should have done is actually move back.
We were like 1 minion ahead. I mean, 1 minion before level 2. So maybe I was thinking, maybe we can push it faster so we can match our level 2. That was my plan.
But again, you gotta think about the Rakan support item.
Yeah. I have not think about it.
Yeah,
okay.
It's good that you see this, and yeah, like don't be afraid to just give the level 2 advantage if you see that you can't. If you can't, you go back, you give it up. It's fine. You don't get engaged on, because if you do get engaged on right now, which is probably gonna happen, well, you give something, a flash from Soraka. There you go, and yeah, it's not worth it. But, it could be way worse. So it's not, the lane is not over yet. You got some poke back, Soraka has Q, right? It's fine. So right now you're just kind of forced to stay back because Rakan is W, right? So you're doing that, which is fine. Try to look for poke if you can. You did that, which is great. But yeah, sometimes, it's good to recognize that you can't do more than this, right? Like, you get engaged on, it's over, so you cannot go into crazy.
Yep.
They go to ward, so you just freeze the wave a little bit, that's fine. So they lost 1 minion. Think your jungler, that's good. You give them an idea.
Yeah, I freeze because I saw my jungle is coming my way. That was my reason for freezing.
Okay.
I trolled. I don't know why I did this.
Here,
I trolled so bad.
First of all, like, it's bad to do this. You're not going above the turret. You're losing the minions that go under turret, right? And the second thing that is bad here, if you bring minions there, Diana cannot gank because minions see her.
Yeah. My brain just farted.
Okay, it's fine. Happens.
It's like brain fart.
Okay, happens. Yeah. There was no reason for this. It's fine. Like things like this, like you just take notes. Like when you have situations, really awkward situations like this, just take notes and keep in mind, like always, like don't just make it a rule to yourself. Like don't do this. Like never when there's a minion crashing, right? We never go up in this case. That should be your
I don't
rule.
know. I don't really have an explain why I did that.
But it's fine. Like you did this mistake once, right? You maybe do it a second time, a third time, okay?
Nice.
But then
I
the
never
fourth
do
time,
this. I never do this. Never. It's like first time I do this.
Okay, but you do it once, and it's enough to learn from it, so we don't do it again. So it's fine. We learn from something from this. It's alright. Okay, now then I wants to lane gank. So you go stealth. And you just take damage. Like not much else you can do. You don't have CC, which is first of all, like you do know your champion, so you go back to get stealth, right? So they don't see you enter stealth.
Yeah.
Which is good. You went a little too back, right? Like you didn't need to go.
I don't feel
much.
the vision, fog vision. That's why I did this.
Like
I don't feel when they see me and when they don't.
Here you're not being seen, right? Their vision range is Soraka maybe, and that's it. So here you could Q and just walk forward.
Okay.
But instead we're walking back. We lose 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, almost. And we could have been right where the Diana is pinging, maybe, right? And it would have been a better spot to just chunk them a little more. So this is like a small optimization, but
Yeah.
yeah, it matters, right? It
It
adds
does
up
matter. Yeah.
in over time. You would have
Maybe
tried it a bit
I
more.
went so like too much around. What do you think?
To around, you mean like?
Too much around. Yeah. You see,
I
like
mean, it's good to keep being stealthed because you have more movement speed, right?
yeah.
And this was fine, right? But again, if you were earlier, you wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah.
You would have been in time. But yeah, hopefully you still control the lane from here, though. And now your plan is to push. Can you explain why?
To reset.
Okay. Another
It
answer
says-
would have been like there's another option, like another answer, right? Why do we want to push here? And this is when map becomes our best friend, right? Like to make a decision, right? If you let's say wanna push here, right? Like when you wanna make a decision like this, you need to have a reason. And to reset, sure, it's a reason, cool.
My
but
wave is like 2 ahead. I can
Yeah.
stay here because of Shyvana, and I have to like crash it and recall. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, we got a siege wave.
Okay, but
have-
like I wanna like to mention this, like keep like you need to look at like all the information you have, everything the game tells you when watching a replay like this, for example, right? Like you want to push to like reset, you want to push because maybe Shyvana's coming and want to get out, which is good, you know, we have good reasons, but we want to look at more things. Why pushing here is again a good decision? Like there's something else, right? And it's good to see like everything we can do at one moment.
To be honest, I don't have idea.
Okay, so we look at the map, and
No
again,
meat.
the map tells us how to play, right? And
Like,
what does the
there's-
map tell us right now?
I can see no one.
Okay, you see no one. Okay, so that means okay, maybe enemy jungle is bot, maybe a middle laner could be bot. Okay, but what else does the map tell us?
I'm clueless, bro.
It's fine. The map also, like knowing where enemies are, is super important. Like you mentioned, like Shyvana could be here, whatever. That's super good, right? You know where enemies are. You think about the enemy jungler. It's good, but you also need to think about your teammates. That's also super important, right?
Yeah.
And right now Diana is bot. And what does that mean?
She can counter gank.
Okay, and what else does that mean?
We can push and stay for more, like for plates. what?
Kinda, but another thing that could happen if Diana is bot and you push.
We can like set vision
Okay.
in the jungle, in their jungle.
Yeah, and maybe look for an evade, right?
Yeah.
So you already have 3 good reasons where you should push, right? And before you maybe saw 1 only or 2. But the third one,
You said
look at
invade, right?
What a minute?
You said invade.
Yeah, like
was...
let's say Diana, this is solo queue again, right? This is why looking at teammates' position is super important.
Yeah.
This is solo queue, your jungler is bot doing scuttler. Your jungle is taken, right?
Yes.
What if your jungler wants to evade right now after taking scuttler, right?
Yep.
You push, you have prio, you can help. If the enemy jungler is doing blue buff for whatever reason, you can go help, right? If they fight the scuttler, you have pushing power, you have prio, you can go help. Another good reason to push, right? And this is like a reason that's often overlooked. And
yeah, I
that's why
had no
looking at
idea
teammates is
about
good.
it. Like I'm clueless.
And this idea about watching your teammates and what they want to do,
Mm-hmm.
this will help you, first of all, here in early game. Although here it's like you already had 2 good reasons to push. You didn't really need a third one to do it, right? But in mid game, you might not have those 2 reasons. And your only reason to do something would be because you look at your teammate. And this is where thinking about things like this, it's gonna help you in the mid game where you struggle, you said.
Mm-hmm.
So this is good to keep in mind for the mid game. And for sure there will be a situation where looking at teammates might have salvaged the situation, for example. We'll see what happens. So let's see, you push. But again, like this is solo queue, like Diana didn't invade. Cool. She recalls. That's fine. But you never know. It's good to think about all the possibilities. Especially when watching a replay, of course, like you see everything slow, or you can pause the game, you can think about everything. In a game, you can't, you don't have that much time. But with practice, you will become faster and faster at this. So you can do it in the game as well. Okay. And you decide to ward before going, which is fine because you had 2 wards. No big deal. That's good. That's fine. Let's see what happens next. Good.
I see Shyvana here. Look, this was my thought process. I see Shyvana pathing towards bot side. And then, like, I will put a word. You will see.
Okay.
I
So
think
already, like, you see Shyvana, you have good map awareness, right? You're going
Yeah.
to lane, you look at the map, you take notes where enemies are. Good. And again, like, we need to think about Diana too, but where is she gonna be? Like, when Shyvana is bot, where is Diana be? Like, where is she going to be when Shyvana is bot?
Chickens, kind of like that.
There you go, perfect. Like, looking at teammates again, like, it's super important. But yeah, you know Shyvana is bot. You take this wave slow. You don't push it. Great. So you cannot get ganked, and maybe set up ganks for your teammates, which is great. And yeah, you're just farming. Not much happening at the moment. You could kind of, like, with Twitch, you don't really poke much. You have basic attacks, like whatever. You try. I'm seeing that you're trying to look for a Vayne to basic attack Vayne when she queues forward or something. That's good habit. And for example, trading 1-for-1 basic attacks with Vayne here is good because you have Soraka and unlimited sustain, right?
Yeah.
That's good. So far, it's solid. So
well, I know Shyvana is kind of almost here. That's why I put the word on Drake, and that's it. You know, like, she's there.
Okay.
Because
so
I
we could talk about this.
I put word on Drake because I know Shyvana is like she's insanely good soloing Dragon.
Yeah, she's got the passive, right? She wants to take Drake solo, no problem, right?
Because and I want to punish this.
Okay. So you see Diana bot, you know Shyvana could be on Drake really soon, right?
Yeah.
So your thought process is to ward so you can see to punish, right?
Yeah.
But do you think, like, how do you plan to punish? That's actually a like better question. How do you plan to go punish?
I plan to set vision so my teammates can see her.
Okay.
And we all go there and punish for that.
Okay, but before going, what do you need to do?
Push, ideally.
Yeah, like shove the wave, keep the enemy bot laners on bot lane while you punish on Drake, right? So they have a choice. They either go Drake or they get the wave bot lane. Okay. So if you wanna push, right, and we just saw Shyvana moments ago, top lane, and she's kind of going towards bot lane slowly.
I kind of got lucky here because Shyvana haven't seen my ward. Otherwise, I'm not sure if she were able to stay and take it.
Okay, I wanna like emphasize like another point here. It's the fact that like again, if your goal is to push, right, to go on Shyvana, that's on Drake, and we know Shyvana's coming bot side to do Drake, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's necessary to go stealth, go ward, go back? It was like 10 seconds. Instead of staying bot, pushing the next wave quicker, and then going Drake. Don't you think that's a bit better? And
you know
why I think that? It's because
you know why I think I can tell you why I think this was a good play by me. I think because this wave is huge, and if bot side, if enemy bot side go help Shyvana, it just crushes, and they lose huge minion wave. So they you see, I have Briar now.
Okay, but
and they killed it, and they killed Shyvana.
Okay, because in this situation, so what I mean. Okay, first, like we know in this situation right here, right? We know Shyvana's bot, right? We know she's coming to Drake, And for you to go Drake and help, you need to push first, right?
Yes.
So if you know she's bot, why do you need to ward the Drake? You know she's coming there, right?
Because my teammates have no clue about her. I guess that's why.
But don't you like ping them? Didn't you ping them? And if you push here first, get this wave, then get next wave instantly, really quickly, you push faster, then you go to river faster, together with your teammates, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's like a bit better, because by warding here, you lose a lot of time, and maybe you warding here was too late, or like all of the times wouldn't have mattered, because again, we know Shyvana is there, right? And here I'm thinking that if you stayed here instead of warding, you would have gotten this wave by now, and you could have went in the river at the same time as Diana.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? So we basically lost time gathering intel like we didn't really need, because we already knew. And again, in this case, it didn't matter, because like Silas was so quickly to come at Drake. But imagine me didn't have prio. If me didn't have prio and you wanted to do display, you pushing sooner would have made the difference here, right?
Yeah.
Because let's say me didn't have prio, Diana would have been here before you and Soraka, and Shyvana would have just had time, 1.3k HP on the Drake. She could have like basically attacked a couple times, smite it, boom. You would have been too late, because we didn't like shove the wave first before committing to a play. And this concept again it's harder to see in the early game, but in mid game, League becomes a turn-based game. You push the wave, you do something else, you push the wave, and this exact same thing here, but in the early game, right? And besides that, like, you lost 3 minions, right? You lost 3 minions to ward, first of all, and you lost time as well. So this is why I think like this is important. This case didn't matter, but some cases would have mattered a lot. So like it's a good for habit building. You want to push waves first before you do anything else. That's your job as ADC.
Yeah.
So hopefully like this becomes a super solid habit that's gonna help you a lot in mid game. Okay, let's see what now. Did Vayne reset or no? She didn't, right? Nope, she didn't. Okay. So if she didn't, let's see what your plan is here.
She didn't recall, so I show it and catch the wave.
Okay, have you ever thought about freezing the wave?
No, I have not thought about it, because I applied too much damage on minions. I pushed it, and then I get a thought in my head like I have to freeze it, but then I see my minions are too low.
Yeah,
I made a mistake to show it too hard.
This is a decent example of like, should I push or should I freeze? Like, you need to make a decision sometimes, and in this case, right, you took the decision to push. But I would say freezing here would have been fine.
Yeah.
And why do you think that? Like, can you tell me like the reason why? I think
because I'm halfway to level 6.
Well, sure, but there's like 2 reasons here that are also really good.
She will lose minions, like, because the wave is too big. My wave gonna die too soon.
Now, like, I mentioned here before, like, Vayne didn't recall, right? And if Vayne didn't recall and you freeze, what happens?
I have tempo advantages.
Tempo advantage, sure. And what can you do with it if you freeze and she didn't recall?
I can punish her CAsing. I can just zone her out from experience gold.
Yeah, exactly. So right now, what options does Vayne have? Because she didn't recall, you are here with items, and you want to freeze the wave. What options does she have?
She has either 2 ways: recall or like make a mistake and I kill her.
Yeah, like she's in a really bad spot, because she kind of has to contest you have items, right? She doesn't. Or she's
Mhm.
just forced to recall to lose another wave.
Yep.
And by shoving here instead, you are helping her, right?
Yeah.
Because you shove this wave, the next wave meets with your wave in the middle, and she comes back to lane, she doesn't lose anything, right? Perfect. So basically, you touching the wave, like shoving it, you're helping her, right?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
And this is only, again, talking about Vayne, what she's doing, how the wave looks.
Mhm.
Can you see like the other reason why freezing here is good? And we look on the map to see that. Maybe back for, like, we go back to here or something. Okay. Can you tell me the other reason why freezing here is actually a pretty good idea?
Diana gonna path towards bot again.
Towards bot, you say?
Yeah, towards bot. She's gonna recall blue buff. Top side cams are up. Both side cams are up, and she's on our side.
Okay, but
Strong side.
like Diana recalls and she goes top, you said, right?
Yeah, to carry.
So she's not bot. Like, she's not gonna be bot after you shove this wave, right?
She's gonna be bot like in 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Like she recalls, she's gonna go top. She's not bot, right?
Yeah.
Which means if you don't freeze the wave here and you keep it in the middle, Diana is top, Shyvana could gank you, right?
Mhm.
But if we freeze, Diana is not bot, we don't do anything crazy, we freeze the wave,
Yes,
they
yeah.
cannot gank you, right?
Yeah.
And this is why, again, looking at teammates' positioning is so important, because if you don't have your jungler bot side, for you to do anything past the middle point of the lane, which is gonna be after you shove this wave,
Yeah.
you need either to know the enemy location or to have really, really good vision. And at the moment, you don't have vision, right? Except the scatter, I guess, but that's gonna expire soon probably. But here you are in this spot where you are like, I wanted to get some of those minions. Like here, freezing is scary when there's so many minions here, right?
Yeah.
And
I lost so much HP. It was a mistake. I know it was a mistake because I lost so much HP.
no, like in this case you have Soraka. Like you take some damage, he heals, it's fine. But it's like if there are too many minions, you could be tempted to be like, it's too many minions to freeze, right? So we just thin them out a little bit, right? We just hit them like you did.
Yeah.
But not this much, right? This is way too much. This is no longer a freeze, right?
I don't care about like how many minions I can freeze with any amount, even with this amount. I should have possibility to freeze.
Yeah, like
I don't follow the rule, like 3 range minions, 4 range minions. I don't follow this rule.
you need like 4 range minions to freeze in this spot.
Yeah, but I don't actually follow. I can freeze like with 5.
Yeah, like the more the better, kind of. And okay, so right now we are seeing here this wave of yours, right? Vayne is going to catch because we didn't freeze, right? Vayne comes, she catches the wave. But imagine we only cleared a few minions, maybe not all of them, and just the cannon.
She would lose the whole wave.
She would lose the whole wave, right?
Yeah.
And already you're 100 gold ahead from just doing a simple thing. And to realize that you should have frozen here, you had multiple reasons. Vayne didn't recall. Diana is pathing top, right? You have multiple hints to make the correct play. And that's like another cool thing about League. There's no single correct play, and there's multiple good plays. And a good play is usually like you usually see the good play by looking at like multiple hints, multiple reasons. There's not a single hint that's pointing you towards a good play. There's multiple, and here you had 2, for example, maybe even 3. Maybe I missed one, right? I just saw 2 obvious ones.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens next. I hope everything is clear again. Like if you have questions, stop me. I like talking about it.
No, it's everything clear, bro. All good. Like everything you say makes sense.
Okay, I'm glad. Okay, and yeah, right now we are in kind of an awkward spot in a way, because the wave is going to slow push right now because we didn't freeze. And if it slow pushes and they don't push it back, you think like Shyvana could be bot and you might get ganked and they might freeze you now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you want level... Oh, okay.
I asked Soraka about level 6 when.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the map right now. You see what happens?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
see
yeah.
what's happening?
Yeah, I see.
You see, like,
Yeah,
exactly what I predicted, right?
Yes.
You see? There you go. And
I see
another
here.
important point I want to make here, like your plan is to play for the level 6 and all in, because you think you're strong, you think you win, right?
Yeah.
But we don't want a tunnel vision doing that, because let's say Soraka was level 6 here, you probably would have went crazy,
Yes,
would have went
yes.
nuts, right?
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
have, you'd have
Yep.
been insane. Okay, you do that, but you don't think about the enemy jungler,
Yeah.
you die, right? Right? So let's say Soraka was level 6 now, you engage, you go crazy, well, you're dead because Shyvana is here.
I would
Right.
go nuts, bro. Like I would go my ultimate, my heal, my flash, I would go nuts if Soraka had level 6. Yeah. That's right.
And Rakan is level 5 for now, because I'm pretty sure, like, how would you, like, if you were level, if Soraka was level 5 here, level 6 here, how would you engage? How would you go crazy here? How would you play this out?
I would wait for Rakan's engage and punish if he misses it.
Okay, so how does he miss it? You have flash, maybe, right? Like, that's what I want to mention, like, in laning, in late game too, like, in laning is way easier though, like, you need to think about what does the enemy have to stop you, right? What do they have to stop you, like to kill you with?
Wayne's E and Rakan's CC.
There you go. So if they miss one of those, or just
I go crazy, yeah.
you flash one of those, right? You go
Yeah.
crazy, right?
Yeah.
That's a good plan. That's good. But again, Shyvana behind you.
Rakan
And
did a great job.
luckily, like, thankfully, enemies hinted here for some reason.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It's unlucky. Such unlucky.
Yeah, like, you're lucky because again enemies hinted, right? But imagine in a world where enemies played correct. Like, this is Platinum era, right? People make mistakes, it's normal, right? But imagine a world where Soraka was 6th tier and you would have engaged, and then Shyvana would have engaged on you, not under turret, right? You would have lost.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example of, like, I call it the Swiss cheese model. I think it's actually a thing on Wikipedia.
How do you call it?
The Swiss cheese model. I can show it to you. So, images. There you go. Look at this one, right? Or this one is better. Okay, you look at the first wall, right?
Yeah.
In this case, the first wall was here, right? Okay, Vayne didn't recall. That's the first wall. Vayne didn't recall. We can freeze the wave. Okay, we didn't see that. We missed it. Okay, Diana is recalling and she's going top. That's the second wall. Oh, we didn't find that hit either. We didn't see that anyway. So we made 2 mistakes here, right?
Yeah.
After which, we tunnel vision too much on engaging because we're level 6. And we don't think about the enemy jungler. That's the third mistake, right? And then this arrow at the end, it's you engaging. And because we made 3 mistakes, we get punished. But imagine we recognized one of them.
Yeah.
We recognized Vayne didn't recall. That's the first one, nothing happens anymore, nothing else happens. We recognize Diana's recording, she's going top. The second wall, nothing bad happens. We prevent everything. Even though we make 2 mistakes, we prevent the third one, aka we look at Shyvana being bot, right? We prevent the third one, the bad play doesn't happen anyway. So This is why I honestly love leagues so much. Like, making mistakes is normal, is human. But what makes the difference between a really good player challenger and maybe like gold, platinum, like you are, for example, is the fact that you make more mistakes on average, right?
Yeah.
And if you make more mistakes on average, the chances are you break all those switches walls and you make the bad play, right?
Yep.
But instead, the challenger player would have seen one of those mistakes, maybe,
Mhm.
like, well, yeah, and wouldn't have made the bad play. And this is really important because I want you to understand, like, again, making mistakes is fine, it's normal. You play a game, you make a mistake, it's fine, no problem. You can make 5 mistakes, 6 mistakes, 7 mistakes, 10 mistakes, doesn't matter. Just don't make the one that's gonna cost you the game and you win the game. And this is why when you said in mid game you get discouraged because you make a mistake and it's all on you, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. You made a mistake, cool. We don't make the next 10 ones. Maybe we make 9 and we win the game. But if we make the 10th, all we lose, right? It's fine to make mistakes. That's super important here. And yeah, enemies here, for example, they made a mistake, you punish. This is actually really good. Because some players here, in your case, would have been so scared to engage, they would have just run. But you actually go in because you know your limits.
I had high spirits because I know, like, I'm level 6. I have high spirits. I'm ready to fight.
Honestly, it's good that you play your like you know your champion. Do you only play one champion? You play kind of multiple.
Nah, I have 7 mastery points on every ADC. Like,
Jeez, and you play jungle sometimes too. What's happening? I wanted to ask. I forgot. You play jungle too. I just feel like it.
I'm both
but yeah,
jungle
like
and ADC. Like,
you play a lot of Twitch. Your limits. This is why I say like playing only a few champions. Like you play a lot of Twitch, right? So you know your limits super well. You don't think about how to kite, how to deal damage. You can think about macro more, right?
Yeah.
That's super important. Okay. So we kill this, and let's see what you do after. Again, like another good habit to have. Like after you get a kill, after you do something, and you need to do something to the wave, we need to think. What do we know, right? And what do you know here?
I know I have to crash and recall.
Okay, but do you know the reason? Like at least a good reason.
I had double kill. I have, if I recall as soon as possible, I have insane tempo advantage.
There you go, perfect. It's good to think about this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And this thing that you're doing, like showing this, like you're doing out of habit, right? But we need to think about reasoning. We need reasons as to why we do something. Because if we do something out of habit or because we see other people do it and we don't think about why they do it, that's not very, very helpful, right?
Yeah, I should have recalled like on previous wave. I think.
I mean,
ideally,
you just killed Shyvana. She doesn't come here as fast. This is fine.
Okay.
And on top of that, Diana is top, right?
Mhm.
Which means you don't need to be bot instantly because nothing is happening. If there was a Drake up,
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
if there was a Drake up, right, you would have had a good reason to recall right here. Sure, so you make it back in time, you prioritize tempo so you can play with your teammates to Drake. But in this case, it's like Shyvana died last. If Vayne just arrived, Shyvana cannot be here yet because Shyvana died last. So you can get this wave and get out. It's fine. This is good reasoning, right? It's fine. But again, we need to actively think about this kind of stuff because if we don't really improve. Like we always need reasons for our actions, and that's gonna make you a better player overall. So you recall here, and you should not lose a single minion, which is fine. Very good. Let's see what else happens, because so far the game is interesting. Looks like you're in control. Use your stealth, but you don't want to lose minions for sure. Okay. Okay, I push these and okay, enemies missing. Good. Again, like there's a new wave, new possibilities. We need to think about what you wanna do here. And right now we pause the game. What do you think about the current state of the game? Look at the map. What do you think is the next plan, or what should we do with the wave here?
I would freeze it. Now I watch this replay and I would freeze it because I saw Shyvana mid.
Okay.
And enemies are missing, enemy bot side missing, so they might lose the whole wave.
Okay, so when you say freeze, do you think you can freeze the wave here?
Of course.
Okay. Why do you think you can freeze the wave here? Like, how do you think it's possible to freeze the wave here when there's 6 of your minions and 6 enemy minions?
It will slow push. It will slow push towards.
Okay,
me,
it's
right?
slow push, not freeze, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's something else, right?
Yeah.
It's what that's important. Like, so your goal right now is to slow push to build up a wave. Okay, why do you want to do that? Right? This is how we need to start thinking. Why do you want to build up a slow push here?
I want to build up a slow push because I don't know.
There you go. See, like when we do something, we always need to find the reason.
I know why. I want to slow push because I want to fight inside of my big minion wave.
Okay.
With enemies, so I have like huge damage on them because of my minions and because of my tempo. Okay. So I want to slow push to have like space to engage on enemies and finish them this way.
Okay. So now that we have a reason, right? Let's look at maybe some other options or what else could happen if we decide to slow push here, right? Like, what do you think? Like, let's see what else happens. Okay, Naira wishes you on the top. Like, one other thing I would have said, like, let's say Shivana pathed bot, for example, instead.
Mm-hmm.
Or even if she's going top side, right? Doesn't really matter. It's if you decide to slow push here, what does that mean to you? Like, what are you doing right now at this moment if you slow push here?
I'm in a safe spot.
You're in a safe spot and you're just sitting bot here, plus sitting, right?
That's
what you're doing, right?
Right.
And you also know that enemies are not here, right? Which means enemies could be roaming, for example, right? So by staying bot here, right, and slow pushing, you are giving your prio away. You are just sitting in bot lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
While, for example, Vayne and Rakan have been missing for a while. What if Rakan and Vayne are walking up the river, maybe into your jungle, and they invade your Diana, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about this?
No.
Because again, enemies are missing. You need to think, okay, what are they doing? What if they invade us right now? Can I do something about it? I don't think so, right? You're sitting here. You are in that spot where you have to choose between getting the minions or helping your team, right?
Yeah.
And here I would say, okay, well, if that happens, we're kind of screwed. Our team might die. I can't do anything about it. But Vayne loses minions, kind of, because you know, in a slow push, kind of at the first wave, you lose a lot of minions too. Like your minions die.
Yeah.
At least the first 3 melees die from your minions. But is that enough to like outweigh the possibility of them like killing your Diana, for example, going mid and winning the fight mid, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here I would have been like, okay, enemies are missing. They might be roaming. If they roam and I slow push here, I can't do anything to help my teammates. I'm basically AFK, right?
Yeah.
Teammates are fighting. They have good tempo. They are playing together. They are fighting. But you are doing nothing, right?
Yeah.
And here in your brain will be like, okay, maybe teammates should back off because I'm just trying to freeze here, right? If teammates fight, it's bad. Their mistake, right?
Yes.
But at the same time, don't you think you could have done something here to help, to
Of course.
put yourself in the game,
Of
right?
course. Yeah. I should have crashed it, I guess.
Yeah, again, like waves just met. You W the back wave.
Yeah.
You hit the melees, you press E, boom, the wave is gone, right?
Yeah.
And you can move. And you can get prio.
Yes.
And you can go help teammates. And at the same time, that's the first reason why that's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the other reason why shoving this wave is good? There's another really good reason.
Because I'm denying my tempo. I gained earlier. Like
Well, that's the first reason, because we have tempo to go with our teammates, right? But the second reason why this is good, right? Not about tempo, like
To
why
shove?
this is also good to shove. Yeah, why it's also good to shove this.
Because Wayne is not here, she lose the whole.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So two amazing reasons to push this. Right. You can go play with your teammates to help them, and you are putting Vayne in the same position you are right now.
Yeah.
AKA, do I choose the wave or do I choose
Yeah.
my teammates? And it's basically like poker. I think you know how poker works, right? You like why check when you could bet and put the decision on the enemy, right? Make the enemies choose between two bad decisions, right? Because if they choose between a wave or helping their team, they kind of lose something either way, right? Because if they get the wave, they lose the fight with teammates, and if they help the teammates, they lose the wave. And if you shove this, they are in that decision, and that's just insane, right? It's just insane macro. And kind of this thing happened, right? Kind of the same what I mentioned happened, like. But yeah, like they've been gone for a while here. Right now you should be paying attention on the map and seeing like, okay, enemies are for sure roaming. I need to do something, right? We try to be more like another really good habit that I need to work on as well, like being more assertive. Like by that I mean be the leader. Like if you are right now platinum, right, and your goal is emerald or maybe diamond for sure, maybe next, not now but next split, it means you should be a better player. You should know better, which means you shouldn't listen to everything teammates are saying, and you should make your own decisions and coordinate your team. And by that I mean ping bot lane enemy missing, spamping like on top of your allies, watch out, careful, whatever, danger.
Yeah, I did it.
And that's already you being in the game, because you helping your team, like you have options. Like for example, you shove the wave and you go help the team. That's one way to help the team. But another way to help the team is to just ping, be assertive, tell them what you plan, what you know, because they might not know. Here, look, Diana is looking mid lane, Cyrus is mid lane, there's Shyvana. They are not focused on bot lane right now at all, right? So why don't we try to help our teammates by telling them something they don't know, telling them information we know, because it's a team game, right?
Right.
So right now your duty here is to tell your teammates, bot is missing, watch out, right? And in this case, like, again, like shoving is good because you force the Vayne Rakan to come back to bot lane as soon as possible. But it's like, even if they don't come here, you shoving the wave is a correct play, sure. But there's still something else you could do, aka be assertive, tell your teammates what they don't know, ping. That's also an underrated thing in League that will increase your win rate a lot. And you kind of do it now, but it's a bit late, and you just ping once, so bot, nobody saw this missing ping. You should have spam ping the hell out of your teammates.
I was not sure. I was not sure if they roam. Like I thought Wayne recalled this way.
Recalled?
Yeah.
I mean, above Wayne recalling, didn't she just come back to wave here? Right, she came back bot here. You recalled. She's bot lane. She's pushing this wave in.
Yeah, but then she showed the wave.
And look, she's going the river. We saw her kind of going the river. But it's like, do you think she would recall after catching two waves? Right?
Yeah.
But even if you don't know, like you're not sure, be assertive.
Yes.
Tell your teammates, okay,
Right.
man, she's missing. Guys, really be careful, she's missing. Like just ping them. Like it's super helpful to ping nonstop when you know something. And if you're not sure, when I play with like I play in a championship with a team, and like when enemy support is missing, like I'm just screaming. I'm telling them, guys, don't do anything there mid lane. They are, if they fight, they die. And if they do fight, and Morgana is there or whatever enemy support is there, they lose, right? Because they didn't say anything. But because I say something, and even though it's a false positive, like yeah, maybe Rakan and Vayne recalled here, but there's a possibility they didn't, right? And
yeah,
it's best to not take the chances and just tell them what you think, what you know. But yeah, again, this is like another thing to add to your to-do list, to like improvement list. Be more assertive. Say your like say what you know. Tell your teammates. Communicate, right? because that's super, super important. But yeah, here, yeah, what they're trying to do right now, right? Here, you could have again pushed faster, right away. And this is the same thing as we did earlier with that Drake play.
Yeah.
We didn't shove right away, and because of it, we lose precious time. Where maybe we, 5 seconds sooner, right? You might have killed Vayne, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
And that's because we are not sure what to do here. We are not sure. You are not sure what to do here. Kind of here. You're just you're like, okay, what do I do? Okay. And you're not really thinking about reasons about why, what to do, right? And it's fine, again, making mistakes is normal. This is fine. But it's good to see how you can improve from them. And another thing I would say, like, try to prioritize tempo over anything, because solo queue is so chaotic that if you have a better tempo and you play with your teammates, chances are enemies are not. And so you just outnumber the enemies most of the time, or you catch them in an awkward spot. And that's kind of the easiest way to win at solo queue, in my opinion. Okay, here you shove and you go mid to Rom, twitch things, perfectly fine, and you probably get a kill. And I wanna hear your honest opinion, like, before you showed me this game, like, how do you think you played this game so far?
This game?
Yeah, before I told you anything, before an hour ago. How would you rate this game? Like, how do you think you played so far, first 11 minutes?
I would say like solid 3 out of 5.
Okay, but now after we talked about the mistakes you did, how would you rate yourself now?
2 out of 5.
2 out of 5? Yeah, because 1 would mean you actually run it out, right? Kinda.
Yeah.
But it's good that you see that there's a lot of room to improve, right? And you mentioned your mid game being worse, like weaker than your early.
Yeah.
And so far we only talked about early game, and we talked for about an hour, right? Isn't that insane how much there is to learn in League?
Yeah.
There's so much to talk about and learn, but in my opinion, like mid game becomes a bit easier because things become way more obvious, right? Because again, we play around those mid waves, but we'll see what happens mid game, especially because you're Twitch. Game playstyle is a bit different. You're a bit more of a rat, a bit more sneaky.
Yeah.
Okay. So here, Vayne dies. Okay, we have a wave. We need to think. Okay, pause. What would you do here?
Correct.
Now that you stop time, look, like, first of all, like, when you have the decision to, like, when you have to do something with the wave, like, you can either, first, it's like either freeze or you shove, right? That's kind of the 2 options you always have, or like slow push, whatever. Like, first we gather intel on the map, right? What does the map tell us right now? What do we know?
Vayne is not here.
Yeah, she just died.
Yeah, like enemy jungler should go mid because of Herald.
No, they're mid. The Shivan is there. She's mid.
I see.
Right, Victor is dead. Set is top.
Yeah, like,
well,
no one-
Rakan could be
I have
bot, but
No threat.
probably not bot, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's no threat, bot lane, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, what about your team?
They all topside mid.
Yeah, like Aatrox top, your mid and jungle are fighting mid, whatever, and your support is dead, right? So right now, bot lane is like you are here alone, or maybe Rakan, that doesn't matter. And what else does the map tell us?
Drake soon.
Drake is up, right?
Yeah, Drake is up.
And yeah, there's a turret bot lane. That's as well another thing. So based on this information, we need to take a decision. And let's see what would happen if you just freeze the wave here. Like, you last hit only. What would happen if you do that?
Enemy bot side will have Prio. They will
Okay.
fight on Drake and they will get it.
Okay. And what else would happen if you just freeze? We need to think about everything that would happen. Like, they have Prio for Drake. They can go Drake. And what else?
If I shove or what?
If you freeze. We are only
If I
talking about
freeze,
freezing here.
if I recall now, I will lose like maybe like 5 to 6 minions. Because the wave is
not
too
talking
big.
about recalling. I'm talking only about freezing right now. If you just stay here and you last hit only. Like you said, they would have Prio. they could go Drake because it's up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as well, like also Vayne will lose minions, right? That's another thing that would happen here.
Yeah.
That's if you freeze. Okay, let's talk about what will happen if you shove. What happens if you shove here?
If I show, no one can stop me.
Okay, because we know only Khan could be here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no one can stop me. I can shove the wave. I can recall and gain more tempo because I made a kill on mid.
Okay, but it's, and another thing, like, so let's say we freeze, right? We stay bot and we freeze.
Mm-hmm.
They have tempo, they could go Drake, right? We don't have items.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's say we shove. We shove this, nobody can stop us. Then you have two options. You recall or you go to Drake together with your team. Depends on what they do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what about, let's say, right now, you recall instantly. You don't touch the wave, you just recall. What would happen then?
I will lose prio and minions. Isn't it?
Minions you wouldn't lose, really, because Vayne would lose way more, right? And the wave would be on your side.
Yeah.
And you would be matching Vayne's tempo, Soraka's tempo, right? So
Mm-hmm.
out of these three options, actually there's like kind of multiple options. Like there's the option, I just want to tell you, like, to realize like how many options there actually are in League. And let's say we take the scenario where we stay bot lane with slow push. They kind of have Drake prio, whatever, you don't have items, it's kind of bad, right? Okay, let's talk about the scenario where you shove and recall. You shove this wave, you recall your back with tempo at the same time as Vayne, and you have items, right? Great scenario, good. Let's talk about the scenario where we shove and go Drake instantly. Well, how would you rate it?
I rate it 0 out of 10.
Okay, because you shove this, you go Drake, maybe you fight without items, kind of bad, right? Okay. Let's talk about the scenario where you don't touch the wave here and you just recall. How would you rate it?
I would rate it like neither good nor bad. Like
Okay.
just not.
So
not
I gave you this. I gave you these 4 scenarios, right?
Mm-hmm.
With all the info we have right now. What do you think is best and why?
Shove the wave.
And after shoving what?
Recall.
Okay. Because if you do that, we match Vayne's tempo, Soraka's tempo, right? It's fine.
Yeah, and the reason.
And you're back with an even wave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the reason why I don't want to go Drake because Diana has no mana. Like she's not able to like.
She's mid, but let's say like they kill mid or they don't. She's kind of low. Whatever. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Not going Drake instantly. I agree. It's a bad call, but again, it's an option, right?
Yeah.
We need to weigh our options, right? And recalling here instantly. Do you think that's good as well?
As I said, like I don't think it's good or bad. Like it's just neutral, you know.
Yeah, you come back to lane and there's a wave on your side that then you can play around with. And what would you do? You would just recall and you'd shove and recall, right? That's what you would do, right? That's solid.
Yeah.
But do you think like just recalling is not that bad either, right? Because the Drake is up, Diana is gonna recall anyway, most likely anyway before it. So it's like you come back to lane, the wave is on your side, you control it. And then you can choose to either shove it or to get prio or to just keep freezing if nobody contests Drake because you have good vision deep, right? So I just want to mention, like, in this case, I hope you agree, there's like 2 pretty good decisions. Yeah. Like either recall instantly or you shove and recall.
But
Two really solid reasons.
Yeah.
Which one you make, it's good, right?
My reason why I don't really want to just recall without showing because I don't know if it's good habit or bad habit, but I love to like push and get as much minions as I can solo without my support, so I can have like
solo XP.
Solo XP, yeah.
Okay, it's good. Honestly, again, when I really wanted to stop in this moment talk a lot about it because when you're gonna rewatch your own games, right? You're gonna be like me right now. Find 4 plays you can do and try to decide and find reasoning between each one and just come to a conclusion, right? And this was more of a lesson of
Thinking,
how
yeah,
to improve and think
yes,
after
I got
this,
it,
right?
yeah.
On future replays. And yeah, make the right decision here, or like a good decision. We don't know which one is the perfect one. Like you could argue that one is better than that one because this, a lot of the times, is obvious. Like going Drake instantly is kind of int. You don't have items, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I would say here like recalling instantly or shoving and recalling like you did. They are both solid options, and no matter which one you do here, it's fine, right? And it's okay, no problem. Okay. Go Drake. Well, here your teammates are dead. And let's see you do the Twitch strat. Okay. Yeah, one thing I wanna say here kinda is like what you're doing with Twitch, right? This is super champion specific, right? With another ADC would never do this, what you're doing, right?
Yes.
And it's good that you understand that. And I hope you understand that as well. Doing this makes you lose time, right?
Yeah.
I hope you understand that. And
Yes.
because let's say right now you lost time doing this and Vayne was actually not coming bot. She was going mid, right? You lost this time bot lane. You didn't show fast enough. And again, the same problem. We don't show fast enough. We are not on the map fast enough.
Not the greatest play, right?
But it's like let's track with Vayne a little bit. Vayne is there, right? And this is why you decide to go for this play, right? And in this case, solid. Good.
Okay.
Good. But in the future, like keep in mind, there's a balance between doing sneaky plays and
Of course.
getting prio instantly. Okay, you shove the next wave because stuff is happening at Drake. Great, you got prio. This is good stuff. And you probably fight and you just win because what the hell is Shivana doing? She's inting, right? Very good. Well, you could have warded over the auto basic one more time. Whatever. We don't talk about like mechanical mistakes really because mechanics you improve them as you play, and so far like you don't have issues kiting, right clicking. It's fine. Like your mechanics looks really solid. Diamond level at least for sure, not problem. Even master with these mechanics, no problem, right?
This is a good mechanic. This one.
Well, yeah, I want to pause the game here a little bit. Okay.
Wait a sec. Can I have like a 2 minutes break? Okay.
Yeah, sure. Go for it. It's all right. Yeah, go for it.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yep.
So let's talk about what happened here.
Strolling.
Yeah, this is kind of where mid-game Fiesta begins.
Clown Fiesta.
First of all,
Right.
I mean, we don't have to talk much about what happened here. Like, you flashing healing to save your support.
Yeah.
When there's the enemy mid laner nowhere to be seen, enemy support nowhere to be seen. Yeah, you know.
It was tunnel vision.
Yeah, tunnel vision on a play. And this is a habit you could start building. Is you get a kill or you almost get a kill, right? And then we pause for a second. We look at the map. We consider our options, right? We consider options here. We know Vayne is bot. We have no idea where the enemy jungler is. We have no idea where the enemy Rakan is, right?
Yeah.
So doing anything at this point is super risky, right? And again, like teleport is broken. Victor has teleport. That's another thing. So
Yeah.
it's basically they have Vayne, Rakan, and Victor here.
Right.
So it's three enemy champions are here, and Jordana is doing Drake. Right. So if Diana is doing Drake and your Soraka is almost dead, we just count numbers. You are gonna be here with Soraka fighting 3 enemies. Not good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like a good habit to form because in the mid game it's all about counting the enemy champions, right? That this is like tunnel visioning. Whatever happens, it's fine, no problem. If enemies escape, happens, no big deal. Okay, you swap, which is fine. Let's see what you do here. Okay, we got that wave. We know mid waves are crashing like mid lane right now, in the middle of the lane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's think about our options again.
My
Like, what do we know?
my options are to show the next wave.
No, first let's get the info. What do we know about enemies?
I can see that enemy top lane is kinda alone and we can punish it.
There's the set. There's the Victor, right?
Yeah.
You look bot lane, there's the Vayne. I think you saw her before too. Rakan is there,
Yes.
Vayne.
Yep.
There we go. This is like how I look at options. Like you say let me mid, okay, you go mid and you start looking on the map. Vayne was the Rakan bot, you see set top, Victor going top, right?
Yep.
And you don't know about enemy jungler anyway, so you just assume enemy jungler is wherever you are gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
And which means and now you look at your team, right? Where is your teammates?
Everyone top
Silas.
side, Soraka has ult.
Yes, Soraka is bot with ult. Silas is bot. I don't know if he's got TP or not. We don't count on TP.
I
or
don't
whatever.
see Silas. Now I see Silas, yeah.
Yeah, he's there in
He was
bot lane.
behind the
Okay, we see Vayne, Rakan.
It's like
We see Diana, Aatrox here. Okay,
I see
kinda 3v3.
I see 3v3 fight, yeah.
Yeah, but as well, what else do you see on mid lane?
Aatrox on mid lane?
Yeah, Aatrox low HP. He's kinda out at this
Yeah,
point,
yeah.
right? Okay, he's done out now. Okay, good. Victor there. Look at mid lane, right? I wanna say again, like in mid game playing ADC is a turn based game, right?
Yeah.
You get the mid wave, you do something else. And in this case, instead of getting mid wave, you decide to fight.
Yeah.
And you need to be really careful when you do this because it could cost you a lot, right? If you just flip a fight, it's a 3v3. It's kind of a flip in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta be careful because if you lose this fight, you lose the wave, and it's kind of horrible. I'm really curious to see what happens though. If you actually like that, you actually decide to take this fight. Okay. You see what happened? Exactly what I told you.
Yeah,
And as an ADC in this super awkward spot, like you see there's action, they're fighting really close to the top side, right? And the mid wave is just right here, right here, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I would say a good habit to form, especially below master, where like one of these fights could be win or lose the game. It's most likely these fights are never win or lose the game. They're just happening, whatever. I would say a habit to make is to just catch midwave in this kind of case, always,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Catch this midwave, then you do something else. Because if you have this habit,
I have this habit. I don't know why I decided to go in.
yeah, but like when you try to practice after this coaching session, like try to make this habit like 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once you have this habit 100%, then you can actually start adding exceptions to the rule, right? Because right now it's like a habit, but not really a habit for you. It seems like,
Yeah.
Right now you in this replay, I'm seeing that you're not really sure. You're just going with the flow.
Yes.
Right, and this is another case of you think you are better than these players. You think you deserve higher, so act like it and do what you think is right.
Mm-hmm.
And what you think is right here is to default to catching mid-wave before you do anything else.
Yep.
So we do that, right? And then see what happens. If it's a bad play, or for some reason catching mid-wave is a bad play, okay, then we look what happened and so on. But in this case, you had enough reasons not to take this fight, right? First of all, you lose mid-wave. Second of all, we know there's 3 enemies here that are full HP. And your Aatrox, like, yeah, it's a 3v3 because Aatrox is here, but Aatrox is actually almost dead. So it's more of a 2v3, right?
Right.
So you had, again, enough reasons not to take this fight.
Yeah.
And this is basically mid-game in League of Legends as ADC. You count how many enemies there are, you get your mid-wave, then you decide, do I join or not? That's basically it. It's super simple. Because, yeah, we joined this. It looks good at the start, but again, you are outnumbered, so you just die. And we lose mid-wave. We lose this mid-wave as well. So we lost 2 waves for that. And the third one just showed, and we lose that one.
Insane.
Right? When we could have just caught every single one of them, being level 11, right?
Yeah.
And these little things add up super quick. Super quickly.
Yeah, it might be a game.
Yeah, like you lose 3 waves here, 3 waves in the next fight, a couple waves there, and suddenly you're like 3 levels behind. You don't know why, because you feel like you caught every mid wave, but you actually died for no reason, right?
Yeah.
Okay, your Silas died, so you decide to cover him, which is, yeah, I kind of would go bot here too. Why not? Sure, let's go bot, catch the wave. That's fine. And then we default to going back mid, which is perfect, because mid was pushed when you were bot. Okay. This is good. If your teammates die, yeah, cover for them if you can. If you can't, default mid wave, but this time you could. Perfect. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you don't really defend this, because you have no teammates. You have no idea where enemies are. They could flank you. Yeah, you decide to back off. And here, you just wait for the wave. Because again, like catching the wave up there or catching it under your turret is the same thing. You still get the wave. That's what you need to know.
Yeah.
And you don't just turn back instantly here to basic attack the wave. And in this case, this could be another good habit to make.
Which one? I don't get it.
Try to like when it's super scary to grab the wave like this, right? Because they are just right here. Try to let the wave come closer to you first.
Okay.
So you avoid this awkward enemies are walking, but now I damage the wave. So if it crashes, it's kind of half HP, hard to farm. Right? You don't touch the wave here, and the wave is full HP. It's super easy to farm it under turret, right?
Yes.
Because now it's awkward and you got damaged, and Victor kind of left. But because he saw you do this, he kind of wanted to go back to you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay. And again, like getting chunked is always a bad idea, because you might not be able to join fights easily anymore. Okay, here we pause. I just want to mention we don't tunnel vision. Well, let's say in this kind of scenario, right? Again, we look at the map. Let's say your teammate wants to engage. Before like they have a chance to engage, you need to look on the map and think. You need to think, okay, is this a good fight? What do we know here?
No, it's not a good fight.
Okay, why? Let's see. Reason.
Because I can see only Vayne like sideways.
Vayne bot.
Yeah. They might be
so
here.
Right now there's 2 enemies you see mid, and the 2 other ones
can be mid as well.
You assume they are here all the time. Because most of the time enemies are closer to mid lane. And that's just how it is. They can join mid lane super easily. And on your side, you are here half HP with ult, and Diana with ult. Soraka is kinda too far, Aatrox nowhere near. So it's a 2 versus 4 right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, like right now Diana engages here. And when you decide to, okay, I know this is a 2v4, but Victor is kind of under our turret, right? We can ult and basic attack. That's fine. We do that. Perfect. You go do that. Just, and now when they get too far, okay, you press E. Okay, you in your head you need to be like watching the map. You need to think, okay. Wait, there's 2 other enemies, right? Why haven't they showed up yet? Where are they? okay, what if they are in this brush?
Yeah.
What if they are in the raptors, right?
Yeah.
You need to stay back a bit, just walk back a bit,
Mhm.
because what if Shyvana ults you and eats you? You're dead.
One
Right?
shot.
You can do anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is why before anything happens, before we touch a wave, after we push a wave, always think, gather information from the map and make a decision.
Mhm.
This is mid game, and my guess here is that you get engaged now or something because you're going so forward. But let's see what happens. Oh, Shyvana has ult up. Okay, you're lucky then. Good. But again, like imagine Shyvana was here with
Yeah.
ult.
Yeah.
It would have been dead, right? Yeah. It's again good habits to make. And Diana didn't have this habit, and she continued the fight, and she died. See?
Yep.
But if teammates should be lower division than you, or like if you're the same division as teammates and you think you deserve better, don't listen to them. Listen to yourself.
Mhm.
And here you made the right call.
Yep.
Besides not backing off a bit earlier, but it's fine. You got away with it. You just grabbed the wave. That's perfect. That's good. Nice. Okay, and now again, your teammates are dead. Especially as Twitch, you need to be careful when doing this rat plays
Mhm.
to count the enemies properly. Okay, you push this way. Good. And you recall because there's nothing else to do. No raptors, no wolves, no. Just recall. Good. Buy items. Okay. Although we could talk about recalling here in a way. This is, yeah, you see Vayne going top. Okay. So right now you decide to recall. What happens if you recall here?
They might push top side.
And kill your Aatrox, right?
Yeah.
'Cause I think there could be 4 people top. I think you saw somebody bot,
Mhm.
Victor, and there's the other 4 enemies are kind of marching top side. Okay. If you recall here,
And
you keep in mind that you will have the latest tempo, right? You will have the worst tempo in your team right now. You're the furthest away from the front lines, right?
But I had no mana,
So-
that's why I recalled. That was my thinking process.
You had no ult either.
Yeah.
But
I didn't want to force anything.
okay. But then let me ask you this: how do you put yourself on the front tempo line, on the front lines, and how do you have impact on the game? Is it just fighting,
No, just pushing.
getting maybe a turret, right?
Yeah, objectives.
And here, I wanna like think, like you see all the enemies going top. Don't you like think maybe, okay, what if enemies are going top, and I push mid here, right?
Yeah.
That should be an option as well, right?
I was just scared that someone can catch me.
Good. I wanna like, I'm not saying you made a bad decision here.
Yeah,
like,
got it.
You have no mana, no ultimate, no flash. You have 1000 gold. You just push the wave. Good, we recall. Okay, it's fine. Could we have done better to stay mid and catch the wave? Maybe, right? It's good to have options because sometimes, like even I said before, like okay, we push this, we go back, okay. But then I noticed Vayne and Rakan going top, so I'm like, okay, maybe going mid here instead was a good option, right? Like we need to be open to multiple options to improve, right? And right away you might not see every option available to you. And this is why like watching replays is so important because now we recall late, we have the latest tempo, right? And by the time we are here, well, you know, while teammates were fighting here, even Soraka stopped her recall, right? This is what I think Soraka actually recognized this. Like enemies are going top. She wanted to recall, right? And she stopped because, yeah, if you recall here, bad tempo, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, in this case, you either go top, no mana, but you can basic attack maybe, or even better, go mid. Grab the wave at least. Because, you know, the only other person we didn't see was Victor, I think.
Yes.
And Victor, you just queue away and can get you. Although where is Shrivana? I don't know. But yeah, in League, it's important to know that, again, multiple options and multiple unknowns, and you have to take some risks sometimes. But for sure, here you're 2v3. You need to be really careful and be sure you want to take this fight. It doesn't seem that good. But yeah, probably staying mid would have been the like most correct play. But recalling wasn't like super horrible. At least you didn't die, right?
Mm-hmm.
But still, like going mid, probably you should consider it when that happens, when those situations happen. Let's see what happens. So you decide to recall, you go top. There's no play to be done. You get this wave. Okay, Drake is up. Teammate's dead. Well, what do? We push the wave. Okay, thought process. What do we know?
Drake is up. We can't really contest it.
Mm-hmm.
So I should just like enemy team gonna be all enemy team should be on Drake. So I had option to push it further.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here you're like, okay, Diana is getting mid wave, Silas dead, Aatrox dead, Drake is spawning in less than 10 seconds. Okay, no way we contest because we are gonna be like 3 versus 5.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we pushed up, right? We do something else. We don't always have to default towards the Drake. Because again, by going towards Drake here, besides the fact that you're outnumbered, you are losing those precious waves and resources.
Yeah.
And here you go mid. Now it's super obvious that you don't contest. But again, if you take the time to think about enemy's position, ally position, you will notice that the Drake is not contestable already.
Yes.
So you don't waste time here walking.
Yeah.
You could have gotten that top wave, the next one too. But instead we get wolves and maybe the mid wave. But getting 2 waves top, maybe a turret if enemies actually stay super long. Aatrox would have been mid here instead probably, because he saw you top.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Makes sense.
That's and of course, like Dana pings you because she has no idea. And this is why I actually don't care about my allies pings that much.
Yeah, me either.
Or like tilt pings, because they have no idea. Then they haven't looked on the map to see what you know.
Yeah.
They don't know as much as you do. And yeah, again, teammates are taking that fight, which is bad. But now that Diana, you got your mid wave, Diana recalled. Now suddenly, look at your team, right? Aren't you playing together now?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. And you decide to go. Very good.
Enemy team is out of positions, like super hard.
I mean, it's not even the position; it's the fact that
we are together. Yeah.
You are together. You're playing together. You grab your mid wave, which you should. And right now, joining the fight right now is kind of. It's only 2 allies there. Your Silas is far, Diana dead. You get the mid wave. Great. But after like 10 seconds pass, suddenly your Diana's here. Everybody's here. Enemies are bad. Like there are 3 of them here under your turret, whatever. You just go. It's good.
I had no mana to finish here. Just look at it.
Lucky. Yeah, I mean, here I understand why you would throw the W on the wave to get it as soon as possible so you can go help, right? Because then it's spawning. But yeah, usually just try to farm without using all your mana, of course. But whatever, it's unlucky. And now it's great. You kill them. Okay, take a break, see what's happening. Thought process, mid lane. Priority, very good. Okay, we grab this wave. And now again, stop, think. What do we know? This is thought process. Like this habit I'm showing you should be your habit non-stop in every game, right? What do you do here? What do we know?
2 enemies down. I don't really know where are the others. I see.
Look, you know. You just saw Vayne push mid,
Yeah.
right? You see Set is top, you see
Set
Shyvana
top.
bot, right? Okay.
I see now, yeah.
Saka is dead, but it's like, okay. If we go mid here, what could happen? Vayne was super low, I think. I think she was, you saw her like 300 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you couldn't finish the kill. Shyvana bot, Set top, okay. If we continue to push here, only Set could be here, you
Yeah.
can get away with the W.
Yeah.
Whatever, this is fine, right? But again, we need to have that thought process, because if you have this thought process, right now, there should be no she's set top, even better. Like if you don't do this thought process and this habit, you will often find yourself in situations where you will kind of get the wave, but be hesitant. You basic attack back off, basic back off because you're not sure, blah, 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 right? But if you have this confidence, you are gonna go to this wave melee and farm it perfectly so you don't lose a single minion and do it fast and efficiently.
Right.
But with the hesitation of not knowing, not having the thought process, yeah, we're just hesitant for no reason. And we lose wave for no reason. You pushed your wave, you see an option here. You know Set is alone, because again, the thought process we already did.
Yep.
We know Set is alone.
Yep. That's
You're
why
here with Aether Soraka, you go crazy.
That's why I go there. Right.
But again, like, because we do all this thinking beforehand, no hesitation. We just right click him. You don't care about anything. And now we look on the map again. 2 enemies dead. You see 3 enemies spot. We push mid. Very good, right? And like, this is my favorite part about a league game. This macro mid game part, because we are basically playing chess. Okay, why don't we push turret here, for example?
I had no mana. I was scared about anyone jumping on me.
Okay, but where are the enemies right
They are all bot side.
Right? 2 of them are dead, right?
Yeah.
Again, no hesitation. We have like sometimes like in the previous thing play where you stayed mid, you recalled mid because you had no mana, and enemies were gathering top side, right?
Yeah.
We have no mana. We are kind of weak. But if there are no threats to you,
But we get it anyways.
why not continue staying?
We get
right?
anyways the first turret because it's too low.
I mean, you lose the local gold though, and they buffed it. Right?
Ah, really?
Yeah.
So if I
you
don't
would
hit
have
it...
been able to afford crit here, I think.
Really? No way.
Yeah, I think they buffed it a lot. The local gold on turrets or something like that. Yeah, no, like in this case, sure, the turret was low, but imagine the turret had more HP.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Imagine there was still a wave coming.
Yep.
Again, good habits. And just like that previous example, even though we are weak, we have no mana, we have no HP, whatever. If we know there's no threats to us, not staying is bad because we waste our precious tempo and resources.
Yep.
And sure, like next wave, staying for it is int. They are coming from bot lane, for sure, yeah. But hitting turret there, no hesitation. Because we had enough time. Okay, here you don't see enemies, they are kind of respawn. You see Victor. So you decide not to go push mid lane alone, and you decide to get this instead. Perfect, there you go. And then you go grab mid wave. There you go. Okay, Vayne is recalling. Here I would be really careful. Like, there's a Shyvana in the fog of war.
It was risky.
Right?
It was risky.
It was risky. I saw an attempt. I wonder why you don't follow through. Why don't you? You wanted to ward over this wall.
Yeah.
My voice is dying. Yeah, why don't we ward here first?
I don't know.
And another useful tip I would say, like, don't you like blue ward on ADC?
Yeah, I bought it. Like, later.
Okay, you're level 13. You still don't have
it.
Yeah. This is another thing, like a nice tip. I don't think you use item builds, do you? No, you don't. Item sets. Like, try to make yourself an item set.
What do you mean?
And put the blue ward at the top of it. And if you're before level 9, it's grayed out. You cannot buy it. But at level 9, it lights up blue. You can never miss it when you're in base and shopping, right?
Right.
And this will also help you get faster backs and get more tempo. Because again, as you saw bot lane in multiple, like three times it happened in this game only. if you were there like 5 seconds, 10 seconds sooner, you would have made a difference. You would have maybe killed Vayne or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same with shopping. And again, blue ward OP, I would say, in my opinion, for ADC, because especially when you play Twitch long range, if you fight enemies and they run into a brush, you blue ward.
Yeah.
And yeah. And in this case, this wave is risky, right?
It is.
You could have just blue warded here and hugged this wall and just get the wave and you're safe, right? That's another super useful use when you're unsure of the mid wave here. And after we grab this wave, again, we need to take a break and think. What do we know? Again, same concept, same habit.
What do we know? Soraka
Yeah,
and
okay, what do we
Silas both side.
Okay.
Soraka is going towards us, and enemy team might contest Nashor's because they see like Silas.
You say nobody, you have no idea where enemies are. And
Yeah, maybe they all
again, like I keep talking about tempo. Like by tempo, I mean the tempo lines, aka you draw lines parallel to the river.
We have tempo on this.
In a way, and right now it's like you are the most forward because you just push the wave.
Yeah.
Silas is pushing a bot wave. Soraka is not doing anything. Diana is not doing anything. AQIRYS is not doing anything. You're basically in the front alone, and this is a super scary spot to be in because if you walk up here right now without vision, if Shyvana's here or anyone, if they are here, you get one shot, right?
Yeah.
First of all, like people would see this situation as, oh my god, our ADC just face checked.
Yeah.
But it's more than just face checking. If you are face checking with your teammates on the same tempo line as you, even if you die, like let's say Silas, you just wait mid 30 seconds, your Silas is all the way to the inhib turret, then you face check here. Suddenly you dying is not that bad because you died, you kept enemies here while Silas is pushing, right?
Makes sense.
And this is why, like, of course, face checking is bad. It's a bad habit, but you just gotta think about tempo constantly and what your teammates are doing because you should never be doing this, right? You can see why this is bad again because you get one shot. This is just you being impatient, tunnel visioning on the Baron, right? So instead, right now we get this wave, boom. Okay, what options do we have, right? We think about what else can we do. Actually, this wave. There you go.
Just sit under the door.
Okay, but let's think. So one option is to sit.
Yeah, one option
do nothing,
is do nothing. Second option.
Okay, well, the second option is what you did right now is go get vision. Again, we talked why it's not a good decision. What's another thing you could do?
Another thing, get blue buff. I don't know with Diana.
Blue buff, no, red buff. Right? What's stopping you from taking red buff?
Now I see. Yeah, from my point of view, it was like a little bit
like if you go take red buff, like even if you wanna contest Baron right now, right? Let's say you think they're doing better. Vayne just recalled bot lane. There's no way, right? You just see Vayne bot. You see that guy top. There's somebody has to grab the mid wave now from the enemy team. It's kind of like no way they're doing better. Even if they were, right? Can you do anything about it alone? Not really.
Not really.
So. Option to go face check, not good. Second option, stay mid AFK, always decent because you're not doing anything. You are ready to grab the next mid wave when it comes to you. But again, you just pushed. It's your turn to do something. And if you actually can do anything, you AFK. But here, why not take red buff, right? Nothing is stopping you from taking red buff. We kind of know they're not doing Baron. If they do Baron, it's like you cannot face check anyway. You need to wait for your Soraka, for your Diana, Aatrox to walk up. You have time to take red buff. And like this time you got away with it, sure. But even if you decide to do this, you're not returning to mid wave right now, right?
Yeah.
So again, when you don't return to mid wave, it means you do something else that should be more productive. And right now you're going on set. You do this without thinking about where are your allies and where are your enemies, right?
Yeah, but
do you know where the enemies are?
I know Vayne bot. I don't.
You know Vayne recalled like 20 seconds ago.
Yeah, they might be.
And Victor caught mid wave.
They.
But do you know anything about enemy Rakan or enemy Shyvana?
No.
Okay, what if they are right here in the river? Kind of
I
waiting.
die, we lose.
Yeah, great, right? So here we should like be a bit more careful until we get info. And right now, you actually approach this perfectly when you have no info, right?
Yeah.
Because you are not jumping in melee. You are not going straight behind him
Yeah.
in the river. And you wait for Aatrox to hit first, right? This is fine. But again, like I want to mention this to be, I want you to, when you see a play like this, which looks really good at first sight, you still need to think at the back, like you still need to keep in mind that there are enemies on the map you don't see yet.
Yeah.
And as you stay here and as you fight, you need to keep an eye on the map. And now you see Shyvana mid, you're like, okay, now it's fine, we go all in.
Mm-hmm.
But until you see her, you need to be ready to, for example, dodge a Shyvana or something, right? Always have enemy positioning and unknowns in your mind, so you don't get surprised and don't know why you died. Like again, I don't want to say don't go for this place. Again, you know your champion better. Yeah. It's Twitch, but just keep in mind those things. Okay, now we grab mid wave, perfect. And after we grab mid wave, actually, now I'll talk about this again. Same concept. You are on the forward tempo line, allies nowhere near, right? And you know somebody has to catch this mid wave anyway, so we don't go to this wave first. We should just wait a bit, because this is not really safe. And if you waited a bit for Victor to push it first, you catch it anyway.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, you wait for your teammates to tempo. Like, for example, here you saw Diana go red. You could go red buff first, then mid wave. Because this is risky again, right? But instead, we decided to get this wave that we would have gotten later anyway, all of it, because Victor one-shots the wave. And you would have got red buff. And you would have been at the same time with teammates. And because right now, if you go back to red buff and teammates go Baron, you are behind in tempo. Right? But because we rushed the mid wave instantly without vision, being first on the tempo, and not waiting for teammates, we are playing alone, right?
Yep.
And this is why I always say tempo is super, super important. And another thing about recalling like this, you need to be super, super careful that your teammates are not looking for something when you do this. Because this kind of recalls could cost you a game, and I don't think in this situation this recall is that bad, because like there's somebody to catch the midway for you after anyway. There's teammates are not really looking for any fights. Dino's farming, right? But you just need to be careful when you take these recalls, even though you have gold, that you just don't put yourself back on the worst tempo in your team while teammates are want to do something.
Right.
So just keep that in mind when you take one of those recalls in mid lane. Okay. Back to this is actually one of the turning points. I think this fight will determine the game for the most part. And it's kind of sad to see Soraka super far back here. You need to wait for her before you do anything.
Yep.
And again, like even before a fight, we gather intel. We know everybody's here. Somebody pushed top right now from the enemies. So we know it's 5 men here. So what is your job?
Sit and wait.
Well, not really. Like what were you doing the whole mid game?
You mean like pushing waves?
Mid wave, right?
Yeah.
For you to do Baron, like you need to have mid prio, because otherwise, if, let's say you lose a Baron fight,
we had bot prio.
You have bot prio, right?
Yeah.
But is there anybody bot lane?
No.
Does it matter if you have those minions? They don't care. They care. So instead, like, this is again another good habit. try to just focus again. It's actually the same habit that I mentioned earlier. Mid wave over anything. So instead of being stealthier, you would have just walked mid lane, right? And just slowly, you see Victor there. Okay, you see Victor, you back off a little bit. You see him pushing. He's finished pushing, then you grab the wave yourself, right? And right now, you would have been mid lane, probably you would have gotten the wave just about now, right? And if you did that, now you could have just started walking up with your team again or doing something else. But instead, we lost that wave, right?
Yeah.
And again, if you want to climb, you think you're better than your teammates, you'd better get those resources that you deserve and play macro well. And same thing now. We tunnel vision on the Drake, but look at mid lane, there's a wave coming.
Yeah, but there is...
Right now, I would be spam pinging mid lane to shove mid lane. That's what I would do, and not just walk forward here. Because again, what if Shivan is over the world? They jump on 3 of you.
Yeah.
So, and again, we lose another mid wave. We could count how many mid waves he lost. It's maybe almost 5, 6, 7, maybe even more. And those are like 2-3 levels, a whole item almost at this point. And yeah, because we didn't push mid here, we went here, did nothing, while teammates had to do our job, aka pushing mid. And because of it, we are not together, have different tempos, and yeah, they die, right?
Yeah.
Because here your idea is to play with your champion, your Twitch, haha, sneaky, right? But we don't let our champion dictate, or we don't let our champion make us not play basic good macro.
Right.
Because here in your mind, you're like, oh, my teammates kind of inted it, but you actually they had to do your job. And
I inted.
while they were getting mid wave, you right here are AFK.
Yeah, I trolled.
Like legit, you're not doing anything here, right? You're just, yeah, you see?
Yeah,
right?
I know.
And even here, when you see Victor, like if your idea is to go kill Sneaky, why do you back off for a second here?
Because
Why
he's
are
strong.
you so hesitant?
He's so stronger than me.
He's so strong, but you have the surprise element. He's clicking mid. He doesn't see you here.
He has 2 levels ahead.
Yeah, but it's like, if you are so afraid of him, why in the first place do you go sneak after him, right?
Because I saw my Saraka.
Okay, but it's like, okay, now you see how awkward this is now.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like
Cringe.
we don't go for this plays if you're not even committing to them, right?
Okay.
Like if you do this play, you decide to be sneaky, cool, commit, go on this Victor, see what happens. If it doesn't work out, it's bad, we learn. But instead, well, we're AFK.
Yeah.
We are legit AFK. We did nothing while teammates were fighting. We legit did nothing to influence the game here.
Yep.
Our team was fighting 4 versus 5 for the past 20 seconds, right? And this is where most players plateau. This is where I plateaued, where I couldn't improve at League anymore. I couldn't see this concept, this helping my teammate and prioritizing tempo in mid waves as an ADC. This is where I got stuck. And after I fixed this, again, like we just climbed past diamond, past everything.
I see.
So yeah, this is why the mid game is super important. And again, your early game is quite solid, but the concepts I'm teaching you in mid game, you saw we applied in the early game too, which helped us a lot. And yeah, so the past, I just let the clip run. Like for the past, I know, minute or maybe almost 2, maybe, I don't know, more like a minute, we've done like nothing. We grab a couple minutes here, we try to recall, then we cancel recall, we go mid. We done nothing, right? We are basically AFK in this game, right? We did nothing. And let's say we made those mistakes. Again, the Swiss cheese model, right? We made so many mistakes this game, it's fine. Let's not make the next mistake and we fix the game here. Here, for example, right? Why do we recall here? Why do you channel recall, right? What's your reasoning?
I have too much gold.
Okay, you have too much gold, but if you go back right now while teammates are fighting, what's gonna happen?
They're gonna die anyways. They have no ults. Like
They're gonna die,
they're gonna.
and they're gonna be AFK.
Yeah.
While you could have done something in return, right?
Mm.
Again, I always say prioritize temp over anything else. And over anything else includes buying
I see.
an item.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you could only buy a pickaxe, right? So instead, what do you think you should be doing right now?
I'm going to help my team.
That's one option. But if you think you lose the fight, what else could you do?
Push wave, mid or top wave.
There you go. Like, what if instead recalling here? Okay, we see team fight and allies fighting. Okay, we are like, okay, maybe, look, that guy is super low, right? He's almost dead. Our teammates are here. Okay, we could fight this. You decide we fight this. Go do that, see what happens. If instead the fight looks maybe worse, here I would, part of me here would not really join. I don't have ulti, right? So then we just decide to do something else, aka push mid-wave.
Okay.
And if we push mid-wave here and we find, we see resistance from the enemy team, let's say Vayne is under turret to defend it, then we need to think again. Okay, can we actually go fight now? Because we are 5 versus 4, Vayne is under their turret catching the wave. If the answer to that is yes, we join the fight. If not, well, what else can we do? We find resistance, we don't want to join this fight. Okay, we grab their jungle camps. Or we go top lane.
Yep.
It's still better than what you're doing right now.
Right.
Which is nothing.
Yes.
Right? We are legit AFK for the past 2 minutes. Right? And from your perspective, this game, I hope you agree that in your mind you are like, this is basic solo queue. My teammates are again fighting for no reason, right?
Yes.
This was in your mind the whole game. But now I hope you see that actually
I trolled.
you could have had so much more impact. You could have been level 16 probably, Infinity Edge by now.
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is why I feel like this plateau that we are hitting, like we are hard stuck. For most players are, in my opinion, hard stuck because of this reason. We don't look at macro like this. We don't look at League as a team game, and we just don't play with our teammates. Because again, playing with teammates doesn't have to mean fighting together.
Just saying.
It could mean pushing while they are fighting. That's also playing with teammates, right? We are on the same tempo line as them. And that's super, super, super strong, super good concept to know and learn and apply to just become a god at this game, like basically. Because right now, like you would be up in so many resources that the next 5v5 fight you take, you would just carry because you are so much, like so fed from all the resources you gathered. But again, instead we recalled a couple times for no reason, we did nothing, right? Okay, so let's say whatever happened. Okay, we're back. We made mistakes, who cares? Switch his model. The next mistake loses us the game, we don't make it. We play well now. Okay. Set is dead. We are here with 4 teammates. That guy is top. Okay. We know 4 enemies are around here. Victor wants to push. Good, let him cook. We catch the next wave, right? And then after we catch the next wave, we think again what we do. That's my thought process, and that's the thought process you need to adapt as well, right? Because here, if you go with Diana and trap the enemies, it's good. Maybe it works out. Maybe. But it's like defaulting to mid-wave is most of the times more correct. And in this case, in your case, you were basically doing none of those options, right? You were planning to go, then you see mid-wave, then you go mid-wave. Then you kind of want to go back again because you see them engage. And then you see it's bad, then you kind of go mid-wave again. And
I did not expect Diana to engage.
Yeah, but it's like, again, we lost another mid-wave, right?
Yeah.
And losing the mid-wave is fine if we commit to the play, to the other play we had. But again, we did nothing.
Yeah, I see.
So again, you were AFK here, did nothing. And yeah, at the end of the fight, it came to ult, but at this point, it's too late. You are alone, right? So you heard my thought process, like, okay, Victor contests, we grab the next wave, cool. But if instead, okay, wait, Diana pings to help. We know Set is dead. We are 4 versus 4. Okay, maybe we go for this death bush. And We just go and right next to Diana, behind her in here, in this brush, right there. Okay, we just wait. And she engages. You would have been behind her by now. And she engages. Boom, you ult, you go crazy with Rune, and oh my god, you're killing everyone, right? Your Sakas here to heal. You have Aatrox. Don't you think you would have made a difference?
Maybe.
With 3 items, you just 400, 500 damage per basic attack to anybody you hit, right?
Yeah.
And look how much Aatrox is staying alive while you're not even hitting them. So you're making a difference. But let's say you are hesitant and you don't think it's a good play. We don't go here. We ping mid wave. You go mid. Again, be assertive.
Yeah.
Ping mid wave.
Yeah.
Ping mid wave. Go mid and grab the wave. And then do something. Because right now, again, we are not doing anything. Right? And yeah, this is the habit you need to fix to reach diamond. For sure. At least, in my opinion. Because you have the mechanics. And well, if you have the mechanics, like, there's not much stopping you from climbing already.
Right.
Because
yeah. Only macro.
improving macro is actually way easier than you think. This guy wants you.
Yeah, he's hungry.
Yeah, but yeah, again, like this is. I don't think the game is over yet, though. That's the crazy part. Against Swiss cheese model.
Yeah, me either. I still think
like you're still in the game, kind of. You have 3 items, right? It's not that bad. The enemies are not full build.
It's winnable.
And yeah, you're behind in XP maybe, but it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And again, like after you play after this session, you go play some games. You're still gonna make these mistakes.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
gonna be,
Yeah.
But you're gonna make 1 less mistake per day.
Yeah.
And then the next week is gonna be 2 less mistakes, and it adds up quickly.
Yeah.
And before this fight happens, again, it's you see how interesting is that it's the same thing every time, right? Before we do something, okay, we go mid wave. Is there a mid wave? Yes, we grab the mid wave. If somebody grabs it for us, or we have something else to do, right? Like join a fight. Okay, we count. You see Vayne bot. You see Diana's kind of close here. This is a 4v4 because Vayne is a bit too far. So why don't we hit, right?
Because I waited for engage, for Rakan's engage.
Good. That's good. Yeah. Good reason. You tracked his W, which is solid. I agree. Yeah, actually, I agree with what you just said. I thought he used W, but it was the Blastcon. It's my bad. I agree. I agree with you here. And your ult was 1 second, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, you did the correct play here. Maybe you didn't look at the map. You didn't think about enemies, but in the heat of the moment, you did the correct play. You waited for his engage. So again, your like mechanics are good early game. Yeah, good mechanics. Late game, you seem to know what the threats are. Rakan W. You just waited so much. You didn't show yourself before he used it. That's super, super good. You are patient, right? So the only thing holding you back is just macro. So
yes, it is.
Like you're not even gonna have issues improving, in my opinion, honestly.
I hope so.
I hope you agree, like how much more you could have done.
Yes,
right?
yes, I agree. But like in game, I don't see this. I really don't see this place. But after this session, like I'm not sure if I will see this like instantly. But
no, of course you won't see instantly, right? But one thing you could do is like play a few games. Maybe you rewatch one of them and see why I did that. Maybe, right? And
at least
that way you'll just get better over time.
At least now I see what should I have done. Like
and
you planned it out, and now I know what I have to on what things I have to focus more.
Yeah, and when you watch your replay, for example, now you know how to analyze and
looking
see
for
it
plays
better,
and
right?
let's see,
and
options.
Again, like even though you think you might not improve so much instantly, like by default now you're just gonna commit to those mid waves way more often, and you're gonna miss way less mid waves, and so. And you're gonna prior tempo a bit more, see where your teammates are a bit more, right? It's just gonna be a habit for you from now on,
Mhm.
and it's gonna be so good for you. And what's happening here? Let's see, we do Drake. Okay. And we got kills. We try to. Okay. So here you should be going me to defend this, right? Not getting cracks. But you decide, okay, then I defense, you get cracks. But
Yeah, I decided to. So my thought process was I made 2 kills. I took Dragon because of that,
okay.
and I'm like one XP. I need 1 XP for
Away
level
from
16.
level 16.
Yeah, that's why I
Okay.
don't go defend. And I
Okay, what about again? Like at every second in league, you have to make like decisions, right? And here it's like, what about you recall right now, right? Let's take that decision into consideration, right? You have like a little bit for level 16, but it's like when you go back from base, your first instinct is to go mid lane to grab mid wave anyway, right? So you're gonna get that XP.
yeah.
And you see your Aatrox is recalling. You see your Silas gets that wave recalling.
Mhm.
So it's like, why don't we just press B here?
Yeah, right.
And then we go mid,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Tempo.
Because that way we have better tempo.
Right.
And you saw in this game, there were multiple moments where you were on the front tempo, you were alone on the front tempo, most forward one, and your teammates were behind you, right?
Yep.
And that's not ideal because you need to wait for teammates.
Mhm.
But that's much better than the opposite of or teammates being in the front tempo and you being behind.
Yeah.
And if you see an ally, for example, here recalling, and Silas kind of looks for a recall after that wave, Sorak kind of wants to recall too. It's like if you recall after them, you're gonna be in exact that scenario that you don't want to be in, aka the worst tempo in the game, right?
Yeah.
So this is why, again, like when you play in your next games, try to, of course, I don't have to apply everything I teach you today. Don't apply everything at once. Don't do that to yourself.
Mhm.
But just take one thing at a time, and maybe next few games we think about, let's prior tempo over all the recalls, over all the research.
Yeah.
Let's just prior tempo. The other game we just think about, okay, mid-wave, right? That's how we learn, thing by little, and if you do something actively thinking about it enough times, they will just become habits. You will never have to think about it ever again, right? Okay, and
One
here
sec, bro.
again.
30 seconds break, okay? Deal.
Okay, sure, go for it.
I am back.
Good. My God, we're already doing 2 hours. Oh my God, I talk too much. But I hope you learned a lot.
Yeah,
but I really want to see how this game ends, because like 3 more minutes, and I think there's no way you win. Like, there's no way you don't win the game. That's my thought process here. I don't think you will lose this game, but don't tell me. I don't want to get spoiled. But honestly, like, how the hell do you lose in this position, right? But let's rewind a bit here. Again, about good habits. What do you think? Where should you be clicking here instead right now?
Mid-wave.
There you go. Perfect. See how easy it is now, that after I repeated it like 30 times. Right?
Yeah.
Right now we are here. We didn't go mid-wave, and suddenly we came here, and we just lost 10 seconds for absolutely no reason, right?
Yeah.
And this is why the good habits, the good habits save you so much time and let you do what you're supposed to without thinking about it. Because At the start, when you're gonna apply everything, you're gonna think about what you need to do a lot. You're gonna stress about it. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna take like 10 seconds to think. But eventually it's gonna be less and less and less time, which is great. And here again, your positioning in teamfights ideal. You are behind the wall. They can't reach you. Like, it's really, really good. And before the fight starts, you know, look at the map. You see your allies wanna engage. Your Dana is kind of close. This is fine. You again with good positioning. It doesn't matter even if it's a 4v5 because you just got a kill already. But what happens in the next part of the fight? I'm curious. Because in teamfights, again, like, I don't think teamfights are a big deal for you because even if you mess up in this teamfight, I don't know what happens yet. Even if you mess in this teamfight, nothing bad would have happened if you didn't make those macro mistakes beforehand, right? And this is why we don't really need to care that much about mechanics, teamfights, blah blah blah. Those matter once we got those macro fundamentals straight, right? Because and Twitch as well is Twitch without ult is a bit sad in late game, right? And here I can see why we lost with tunnel vision a little bit.
Yep.
Here we lost ultimate. Okay. You say Aatrox is dead. Good. Okay. Wait. Chill. Okay. Look. Two enemies dead. 2 allies dead. With Silas almost dead. Okay. Calm down. Right. Okay. Do you think we kill them here? How do you kill them? Diana has ulti. Cool. Well.
Should I just let her die, right?
Yeah. Like here, when you see this is kind of still fine. You have frontline, but now it's like okay, he dead. Ooh, can we reach Victor without ult?
Not pretty.
It's here I would be hesitant because she doesn't even ult instantly.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I just got baited like by tunnel vision and Diana.
Yeah, and as well the Shyvana positioning, right? If you commit to the Victor here with Diana, you gotta watch out because there's gonna be a Shyvana behind you now, right?
Yeah.
Like there we go. So Shyvana is gonna be behind you now. I don't know why she's zoned a bit, I guess, by the Silas, but not like it matters much. You're dead. But yeah, again, imagine you were stronger. You probably would have one-shot everyone here, right? And did Vayne escape from you, I think?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so Vayne would have been dead. For sure would have been dead if you had one more item. Which you would have had if you got those waves beforehand, right?
Yep.
So again, this is why this is not much to talk about here. You tunnel vision a little bit, but it's like could have been prevented just by having better items, like more gold, basically, we should have gotten anyway. And I don't think they end, do they? They end? I don't think so. No, okay. Okay, we spawn, you see a mid wave, you see a bot wave, mid wave, no, actually there's a mid wave, but like whatever, grab bot wave, Diana takes it from you, whatever, cool happens. Go back to mid wave, good. Okay. Yeah, again, we're not prioritizing mid waves enough again, right? Like here, even if Diana is taking the wave, like right here, we go bot, and Diana is taking your wave, but you are still going, right? You get the XP, good. But here, you see Diana taking mid wave again, but this time you don't go. You don't even get the XP, right? So, yeah. Even if people take your waves, at least, you know, be there to get XP.
Yes, this was the reason why I follow Diana previous. Because of XP.
Even XP is good, better than nothing.
Yeah.
Better than actually doing nothing, because you're not even being a ward. You have the Soraka that's a ward for you.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what happens here. So you watch the map, Soraka is there, you ping her back. Okay, you see Diana here. Let's stop. It's like there's action about to happen. Soraka is recalling. This is already awkward. And oh, this looks really bad. It's not too late to back off though. It's not too late. It's 3 versus 5, right? You go back, you ping your teammates back. Right?
Yeah.
And Silas signals to be cautious. Look at the map. He did a yellow ping on you. He knows. And here you are just tunnel visioning again, right?
Oh my god, this is so cringe.
But the thing is that yeah, it's good that you're making these mistakes right now, right? Because we catch them and we improve from them. But yeah, again, once you're gonna form that habit of always watching the map and looking for teammate and enemy positioning, right now here, even if you have K here, okay, look at the map. And you see, okay, Shivana is there, Rakan there, but they're kind of mid lane. And they're mid lane right now. You know, we're mid lane. Okay, we see they're mid lane towards top side. We know everybody's kind of around here, right? So we know we have to deal with 5 enemies right now here, top side. There's 5 enemies. So we did that while just walking around, right? We didn't do anything. We didn't farm. We didn't need to last hit. To like, nothing was like taking our attention away from the map and thinking.
Yeah.
And this is the habit you're gonna form eventually.
Just to like.
And it's gonna be slow at the start, super slow. But again, you're gonna get better at it because right now we are playing against 5 enemies as 3 allies. So this is fine. Like, this is bad. But thankfully you backed off. Thankfully, and now you see Shivana bot, right? Now you know more stuff. But again, mid wave. You still know there's 4 enemies here. It's still a 3v4 mid wave. And we don't do that. And because we don't do that, yeah, right?
GG.
Yeah. But again, it's not that, I hope you agree that it's not like difficult to just count enemies, right?
Of course. I knew that there is like 4 people, but
somehow, but you're not confident in yourself. You're not assertive, right? And that's another thing you need to, like, if you're gonna climb, right? You shouldn't have the ego, right? Never ego, whatever. But you should know in your heart, in your mind, that you should be better than these players. And again, if you're better, you don't listen to them. You trust yourself.
Yes.
If you know it's bad, you don't join. It's better to not join a fight and grab something else than just join the fight and die, right? It's way better. And there are times where I just grab mid-wave instead of joining a fight, right? And after that, I realized that, well, actually, I should have joined that one. I should have joined that fight sooner, right? I could have done that, right? But that happens way less often than you joining a fight than being like, oh, I shouldn't have joined this. That happens way more often, right? So it's better to not join those stupid fights than to join them on average, because again, it's about habits, and habits, like good habits, have like impact more games than to. I don't like to explain. I think you know what I mean. Yeah, just good habits are just superior because there are gonna be exceptions from the habits, right? But if you don't have the habit in the first place, there's no way to have exceptions anyway, right? And we lost because, before this session, why do you think you lost this game? Before the session, what do you think kind of happened?
Because I haven't expected Rakan flash on me. Otherwise...
Oh, so the whole game you thought it's resumed because you didn't expect the Rakan to flash on you? This kind of, like, yeah, it's good. Like, your gut instinct was, oh man, maybe I didn't expect that. I could have backed off. You wouldn't have lost it. Yeah. But now, after the session, why do you think you lost the game?
I lost the game because I was AFK.
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Mid game.
There you go. That's good. That's good to know that. It's good to acknowledge that. It's good to admit it. It's really, really, really good.
Oh my god.
Like, you're already in the top 1% of players because you admit it.
I want to uninstall.
I'm honestly glad. Like, I hope I helped you like open your eyes, realize that there's way more to this game than you thought before.
Oh my god.
Right? And there's so much to learn, but that makes League fun for me, at least. Right?
It's too bad.
There's so much to learn. Hey, and you even typed GG after the game. That's good. Oh, you wanted to, you didn't send it. Oh, well.
It was for you. Because I recorded it.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Hey, we tried. You know, it's fine. But again, like, I feel like if you wouldn't have made one of those mistakes, you could have won it, no problem, right? Again, fish cheese. Prevent one of them, and the game is not lost. It's so insane, right? Good, nice. Yeah, I hope I helped you, honestly. And like, don't be ashamed of looking at your history, being gold, right? Don't be
It's
ashamed of
okay.
this
I haven't played
because
ranked a lot.
like this is fine. Like I was hard stuck diamond for seasons, right?
Mhm.
I couldn't improve more. I was stuck, just like you are right now. And the difference between like past me in diamond and like present you right now, like the difference is not like what do I want to say? It's like the similarity. I will start with that. The similarity is that we both did not have any idea about teammate positioning, macro, and so on, like tempo. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I didn't really know either, right? And the difference was that maybe I had better mechanics. Maybe my champion was a bit more meta or something, right? That's the difference, basically. Because mechanics, blah, 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 those matter up to a certain point, because I don't think you can get above diamond unless you know these concepts, these mechanics, non-mechanics, this macro,
got
right?
it.
And your mechanics, in my opinion, are better than my diamond mechanics from a few years ago. So again, like this split, go for that emerald. No reason why you don't get it, right?
I just stuck.
If you get emerald, try to get emerald 3, emerald 2, emerald 1, maybe diamond. If you don't get it, it's all right. Don't sweat it.
Okay.
Next season, you get diamond, no problem. If you keep playing consistently, I kind of guarantee it, because I don't see how you don't get it, right? If you just apply these concepts, you are better than any diamond player on the server, in my opinion. Honestly, like I'm saying it to encourage you, of course, but I actually believe it. Like no problem. You get diamond. It should be super easy for you.
Yeah, I see.
Okay. Yeah. I usually do like either 2 VODs or 1 VOD in a live game, but it's been 2 hours and 17 minutes already. I hope you understand.
It's so good.
There was so much to go through in that game that we had to talk a lot.
Just to recap.
Yeah.
Let me like check my notes, okay?
First, I want to ask you, like, if I recorded the whole session, I hope you are all right if I post this on YouTube, so you can rewatch it as well.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, thank you.
I have read about it.
Yeah, just ask me anything right now before we end it. If not, in the apps later, it's all right.
So just to recap, I should prioritize like tempo over anything. I have to like play with my team. It doesn't always means that I have to fight with them, but I have to play with them like pushing waves and stuff instead of like
doing something, be useful, not AFK.
Yeah. Oh my god, like it's
those are the most important things, right? And then there's small things like, okay, you count the enemies here, okay, we do that, or maybe don't ward drag there because we know where the enemy jungler is. We should prioritize pushing for like to save 10 seconds, right? Those are small things, but those will improve as you improve the main thing, which is playing with the team, playing with good tempo, and prioritizing those goddamn waves, because League is all about waves, unfortunately. That's just how it is. But that makes it in a way fun, because you are always on the clock, because you get that wave and you have a time to do something, and you'd better be back mid lane to grab the wave by the time time is up, I guess. Whatever. But yeah, again, like just apply these concepts and try to prioritize again tempo over anything, because tempo in solo queue, in my opinion, is so important that if you play with the same tempo as your teammates, you're just gonna win by default, because enemies will have tempos all over the place, right?
Yeah.
And after you do it consistently, then you can start thinking about exceptions, about maybe don't grab midwave here, we do that, but it's 99% of cases midwave is always the correct answer in mid game, right?
Yeah.
That's just how it is, right? And if you make mistakes, or like maybe getting midwave was not correct, don't sweat it, it's all right. We learn, right? It's fine. We make mistakes, we're human. And you're probably in your next games, you're probably not gonna make as many mistakes as you did in your games until now, right?
Maybe.
Because And even if you do, it's fine. We improve. It's
At
okay.
least I know what is missing.
Yeah, at least you know. Yeah. Good. Okay. So if there are no other questions, yeah, I'll see you on the Rift, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm gonna queue in, bro.
Go queue in, play what you learned, and yeah, if you have any other questions anytime, like DM me. Feel free, not a problem.
I
have
think
my
I will
DMs
have
open.
questions. Like,
Yeah, that's alright. Perfectly fine. If not, wait for when I stream and I can just explain everything by talking, because that's way easier than texting,
in
right?
stream, you mean, or what?
Yeah, I'm streaming almost every day.
The way I found you, like, it was on YouTube. I wrote you a message like on Twitch that I have found you in my recommendation on YouTube.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, I'm glad. Like honestly, YouTube has way better
Impact.
discoverability. Like, right? Like on Twitch, you don't really see a random streamer like myself,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But on YouTube, it's like you search ADC guide and maybe one of my videos show up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should make more guides, shouldn't I, right?
YouTube is a thing, bro. Really.
Yeah, YouTube is OP. It's so good. Okay. Well, I'm glad I got to meet you, and yeah, feel free to ask me again if you have questions. See ya.
See ya, Tony. Thank you. Thank you a lot for coaching
You're
session.
welcome. You're welcome.
Keep in touch, okay?
Yeah, sure. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. If you stayed till the end, you are a legend. You learned a lot. I hope. Hopefully, I don't know. I heard people like this content a lot, and I enjoy coaching people because I just like seeing the realization of ADC players in general. Like they go from my teammates are doing that, it's not good, and they go from that to being like, oh my god, I was AFK there, right? That's just huge to realize that as an ADC player and any role player. Like when you realize that and how important tempo is, it just changes how you see the game completely. It's insane. Yeah. Okay, if you have any questions, I don't know, DM me, comment, ask me on Twitch. Go guys, go. Goodbye. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, whatever time it is for you. Goodbye.